thought I made this little presentation, even though I didn't really do anything. This is just the Wikipedia page of the if it's for Gladiator. So this is all kind of like, public domain and no, not copyrighted stuff. Because like, okay, I think Septimont so far we can agree that it looks amazing. But also like, I feel like we're kind of robbed of like a proper male gladiator. But that's just my opinion. I know some people also thought the same. I saw some of their comments as well. So now we're going to look at this and kind of like imagine what sort of gladiator we might have. So what I've learned from this page and these images necessarily, because like I'm not going to read the page. It's very, very, very long. Like they have so many types of weapon. Sometimes they fight using whip as well, which is like, oh, that's kind of hot. We don't have whip character in Wuthering Waves just yet, so I think that would be really fun. So first of all, he would look like that, which is, I suppose one could call it sexy. Like it's pretty exposed. They show a lot of skin, and like I'm down with that. as a straight woman, husband, or collector, so. This is kind of like the variation of the armor, the whole thing, but also like story-wise, for background of this, gladiator resonator. I need to say that some of them did choose to become a gladiator, but some of them are, like they're slaves and like they're just kind of like lower class people. And so maybe this gladiator's background story is like it's not great, or maybe like they're even low-key old because like they fought so much and the whole thing. Imagine if Wuthering Waves start dropping like Yuan Wu age resonator again. I don't know, I'm personally gonna eat it up. But I know that not everyone is me, so there's that. And again, this is not super clear, but we can see like they can wear tunic as well. I mean, Augusta, are already using tunic. Lupa's using tunic as well, but her tunic's so exposed. I don't have anything against it. She still looks amazing. I think like I find her twin tail is as more exciting and maybe like a bit out of the place. It's unusual because I don't know whether ancient Roman did twin tail, but I might be wrong, of course. So this is so like it's spread, all this kind of like relics kind of like spread all over Europe. There even one in Afghanistan. We're going to see one soon. So so like the kind of like not square. What is it called? Sorry, I don't know the English word for it. So like this kind of like square-ish shield is quite normal. So like it's not quite Zani's shaped. But of course, if it's like Koro, they're gonna get very creative with this. So there's that. Again, like they're mostly just like dudes with only like boxes, like pants essentially. So I think kind of like that's a go-to look for Gladiator. Even though if they kind of go down towards the, Russell Crowe's Gladiator, the movie, I kind of get it. So see, like this one's from Afghanistan, and it's fancier. Like and at least like they have so many kind of like headgear, and I would love it to be incorporated as well, so that it stays true to the real gladiator. But I would like it if we also have like a moment where we can take the kind of like head armor off as well, like Bran's hat, I would say. So there's that. And this is the if they kind of like incorporate animal, because we know that in Septimont kind of like battle arena, resonator, or like whoever fighting, they're going to incorporate their echo, right? We don't know how that's going to look just yet, but if they can incorporate like a tiger, that would be so sick. Also like I like that they needed two people to fight against this tiger. Like this is unthinkable today, but also like fun fact, my ancestor here in Southeast Asia, I actually found a document of them fighting tiger maybe like a good 200 years ago. So like that's a thing. So like my my ancestors just like gathered in like a some sort of city center, and they watch people fighting tiger. So apparently this is like I suppose this is like everything that all culture has, like just people fighting tiger. I don't know, maybe do your culture have fighting tiger in the past? So yeah, so we can also do spear, which Lupa already does, which is interesting. As you can see, we can also see more detail on their clothing. Very, very neat. Also, like, are they all this tan? I would love to have like more tan character as well in Wuthering Waves, but like, who knows, right? Also, like, look at that glutes. Let's go, brother. What is your bench press, or what is it? Whatever it is that you do for glutes. I actually don't understand. I'm not that much of a gym rat. I'm a calisthenic person. So this, I don't know how fast I can go here because like this man's naked. But anyway, so this is the whole thing. And maybe like nakedness is so much more like normal in the past. I mean, for me personally, I went to art school, and I mean in the artist space. So while nakedness is not that normal, like no one really flinched. Like I draw so many like naked body, and my professors as well draw naked body in the classes so that we can do proper illustration and drawing. So that's because that's how we learn. So this is actually a painting by, I don't know if I can pronounce his name, Jean-Léon Grom. And like with this, what I like is that we can see more detail. Ooh, that's not great. But see, that's like something that I'm talking about. And as you can see, people are mostly just in pants for some reason. I think that's very dangerous because like your torso is very weak, like our head and our torso. But I don't know why, but like it's there. So that's another example of that. Love the color of the helmet. I think like the golden helmet looks great. See, this is the one that I talked to you about. This is from a village in Germany back then. This is all like roughly 1st century, by the way. So yeah, they're using whip as well. I don't know what cudgel is, sorry. And then you got the shield over there as well. So I think that would be so fun. And like I need this Male Resonator to have like really cool boots, because like I love boots. Like I'll even take like a cute small boots that Dungeon has. I really like her boots, like I want it. But to be fair, I want most of the footwear in Wuthering Waves because they're so well made. They're so beautifully made. I'm actually looking for like a summer sandal exactly like Thea. I haven't found it yet. I haven't found the one that I want, kind of like almost Roman style sandals. But sorry, like I'm getting distracted. I'm just, complimenting Wuthering Waves style of fashion because it's great. It's fantastic. Like they all look great. Anyway, so this is actually interesting. So they apparently have, not bad, but kind of like they need music for this arena. So these are like the examples of a musician that exists in the place. So as you can see, that very long trumpet is akin to the one that we saw in the Cathedral of Mercury in Ragusa. So like there's that. Is that like a small organ, I guess? I don't really know. That little squiggly horn, I actually saw it in this. So someone uploaded a video of kind of like, reenactment of Gladiator, and someone did blow that kind of trumpet, which is like bizarre. It sounds super scary, which I like. Maybe it will get your blood pumping if you're a gladiator. See, okay, so this is the helmet section, as you can see. It's kind of giving well, I mean, Swiss Guard, the one, the security for the Vatican City still exists. So they're like, I think there's a reminiscence of that in their head. It's gorgeous, by the way. Do you know that, their uniform is, it's tailor-made to every Swiss Guard, that's number one, and it's made from wool, which is also fantastic. And they went through to up to like 3 fittings. And apparently, once you graduate, once you stop, I think up to the age of 30, I guess, you can't sell it. You can donate it to like Swiss Guard related organization, or you can get buried with it by contract, but you can't sell it. I mean, I suppose if it's like wool, like sheep wool, they're going to be very expensive, If you have any sheep wool kind of like clothing, you would know that it's rather difficult to kind of like take care of them. They can shrink, the whole stuff, but very warm in winter. So it's a little, the more you know. There's one spooky, but maybe it's spooky because it's been so long, see? So I suppose this is like, I don't know, like it's under the face, so you can still see, but like you wouldn't get your eyes gouged. I love it so much. Oh, I really wish we get this kind of design in Septimont, but I'm wishing. See, I suppose this is the boots. So sick. Oh, like isn't it fantastic that 2,000 years ago, people could do this already? See, like another, kind of like accessories for your body for the gladiator. Or is that like a sexy woman? I suppose it is. I mean, I love it. It's sick. Maybe that's Athena, or like the goddess of war or something. I don't know. I'm not that knowledgeable about like ancient European history, because I'm Asian and we don't really study that actually. So this one is Calendio versus Astyanax, like the guy on the left, and apparently that crossed O or 0 means that, you know, Calendio died. He lost. So rest in peace, Calendio, but also rest in peace, Astyanax, because, you know, this is 2,000 years ago. So they're long dead by then. By now, I mean. So this is Roman Libya, 1st century again. Wounded gladiator. Like, I love that. Even 2,000 years ago, they draw him so muscularly. I suppose you would, because you didn't need to go to school and training and all that. So I imagine their training regime is pretty serious. Because, like, you know, you need to be strong enough. Because, like, if you just died immediately, like, what's the point of the, you know, spectators come? Even though it's a bit sick, don't you think? You watch people get hurt. I mean, until now, people still do boxing. So there's that. So anyway. Yeah, so like I think you know, again, I would love this kind of like 10 skin, like 10 skin. If it was like 10 male resonator, I'm probably gonna go nuts, you know what I mean? But anyway, like actually though, like we already have that on PGR. It's Vonnegut. You know, it's not a playable character, but Vonnegut boss from Punishing Grey Raven Kurosa the games is, you know, like a tan character, so like darker skinned character with like black hair. Oh my god, and he's so beautiful. He's an ascendant though, so basically that's why he's a boss. That's why we fought him. But anyway, so yeah, here to appreciate bro's muscle. If this is like a, you know, proper depiction from 2,000 years ago, you slay. Like, you'd be beautiful. I would like to go for dinner with you, I guess. I hope he's nice, but I don't know whether men in that era would like respect a woman like me. So this is a flask, pretty sick. Maybe like one of the idol animation can be of him drinking from this flask. I love it. Beautiful. And then this is more mosaic, which is, you know, I would say like they're pretty good, you know. Don't know whether they had proper art school back then, but, you know, I think with enough practice and if you have some talent, you kind of can grasp, you know, human anatomy, in my opinion. But anyway, so we got some more thicker boys here, like Purpurev, I guess. I'm pretty sure that's their name. So Astasius, you know, and Astius and Licentio. So like, I love it. You know, well, we said that Roden and Astius there, they died. So that's not good. But see more variation of the clothing, even though most of them, I don't know, like maybe like they got tired with like thinking about new pose with Astasius and Iaculator. So they're just, you know, doing the same pose. It's like slightly different. So yeah, another, like, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, this making me happy because I'm just looking at have you known that I like men? Have you known that I'm a husband collector? Oh my. So this is again 2 gladiator fighting. They can apparently also do like this kind of one. I'm pretty sure they only do it in the summer though, so I don't know why they need to wear like full tunic, but you know, maybe a variation would work. Also, like, look at the pattern of the shield. They're gorgeous. I love it. You know, it's just very interesting. I don't know how much the color has faded since then because I'm not knowledgeable in other material beside, well, the basic graphic design material. You know what I mean? Like, I could think of things like billboard, posters, like printed material, because I studied that. But with this, I don't know whether like they're supposed to be like more red in the past. We shall see. So this is sad. So someone depicting this person and they died at 25 years old. I mean, like, you don't really live long if you're a gladiator, but yeah, so that's the life. That's the life back then. So this is another painting by Jose Moreno Carbonero. I don't know whether I pronounced that properly, but so they after fight, I suppose they go to this looks a little like the bathing area. So again, relevant because in Septimont we can infight our preferred resonator in like a mixed bath sort of situation. Like, look at them. Beautiful. I know that this is not, you know, like original. This is just like the depiction that this painter has, but like, they're beautiful. They're roommates. They're just best friends. I'm just kidding. Well, love is love, but also like, oh my god, They're beautiful, and they're, like, they have great body. They're not very well clothed. Woman can look. Again, more mural for like Bistan. So they also have like classes for it. So I think like Bestiarius or like Venator is when your job is like fighting the wild animal. Also, like, is that like a lion? Why is it so big? Is that like a female lion? I don't know, man. Like, if that's lion, the proportion is off. But also, like, this, whoever did this also didn't draw like a very good kind of like proportion for the gladiator. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that they could have done so much better. But again, I'm an art student in like, you know in the 21st century. So I had a lot of skill that they didn't have back then. And then we got the amphitheater, of course, Colosseum in Rome. I hope Septimont made kind of like a reference to this because it's beautiful. Look at that. Oh, great. Apparently they're also like, there's some riot as well. I suppose they would. It's like, people be fighting all this time in the past. We still do. So not great. So they still went as far as, they went on as far as like, this is 3rd century, more kind of like references to the clothing. I suppose like it kind of evolves because we can see that here everyone's wearing kind of like full body armor at this point, which I think would make the fighting last longer. So maybe in the ultimate, the Resonator can have this kind of form. Who knows? Will be nice. This is like, graffiti, but like we can't really see it. It's adorable though. And so this is like the like the CC of the fighting that people can like emulate it. I actually watched one of them in St Kilda in Melbourne, I think like early 2020 before everything came down, if you remember, before COVID came. But anyway, so this is how they recreate it. And again, like they also interestingly like do the less clothed one more, or at least like the one depicted here, because like in the one in Melbourne I'm pretty sure they're like fully armored, but maybe that's not the gladiator. I don't really know. I was just like walking around with my friend, so that's more of the inspiration. I think like the like the arm, like the right arm of the left gladiator, it's pretty sick. So like it protects his arm but also still kind of like flexible. So cool. Well, they both have it actually, now that I look at it. And then now we have some more. Oh, there we go. It was loading. My bad. So like that, I'm pretty sure that's the flag of the Roman Empire. The one, the red and yellow one on the shield, which is interesting. Beautiful. I love it. Oh, so cool. Also, like, I'm pretty sure that net is also kind of like used to maybe like trap the animal, maybe trap your enemy. I don't really know, but for aesthetic, because like I wouldn't do like that much research because I don't actually work for Kuro. But Kuro, if you want to hire me, sure. Look, I'm more of like a author, academia. So I don't know whether I can do too much for this, this kind of like character design. But yeah. This time they both have shield. Very interesting. God, I love it. I love like everyone else in the background is also like on the theme. Beautiful. Very fun. And that's it. Yeah. So I don't see that we will get Male Gladiator this year, if you will, or maybe even ever. But like, if it's ever there, I'm going to be so happy because this is, come on, if you're like around my age, like as a millennial, surely you also have the image of Russell Crowe as Gladiator in the Gladiator movie as part of like one core popular culture at one point. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure after that, then men start to think that, oh, we need to be like bigger and thicker, muscle wise, And also, like, a little saying, like, as a woman, I like muscle as much as the next person. But personally, I like muscle because it kind of shows, like, discipline. Like, you don't build muscle unless you use steroid, but that's another story altogether. But for me personally, I do like muscle, in real life, men muscle. Especially when you feel it. Oh, it feels so good, in my opinion. So, you know, like there's that. But again, if Kuro ever made a male gladiator, I would be so happy. Like that would be so cool. It would be so sick. You know, just like I can't imagine what kind of attribute they would have though. Like, is it like maybe we'll go down like Lupa route, but again we haven't seen, for example, because Augusta is at one point will be, you know, like we'll have kid as well. So like I suppose, you know, she would have like a very gladiatrix, aka female gladiator kind of vibe, but we shall see. Okay, that's all from my strange yap, because I'm very excited about Septimon, but I also, you know, want more male character. So hopefully Koro delivers that even more. Thank you for hanging out with me and my yap. Oh, I'll see you in my next video.